afternoon. I hope everybody's okay. I'm in Ayutthaya. I've gone to like restaurant. I've got some food to eat, and then I'm going to show you something about how to build something on a low budget and to live somewhere quiet without stress. Okay, this is a funny concoction today. I wanted spaghetti, but I needed a little bit of spice. So they thought, what? And this is what they made me. And I got some coffee. So let's chow down, and then I'll show you the little house I'm talking about. Okay guys, I'm back. What am I talking about? You know, and this is what I've done, okay? I was in the green clothes and moved around and never owned a house. But when a couple of years before I knew I was getting out, I bought a house. But what did I do? I was in England, I was in Salisbury, and I went to the local realtors and I said, I found out how much my pension was going to be, and I said to them, this is how much I want to spend on a mortgage each month. How much can I afford to buy a house? And they said, this was about 1995, 96, something like that. And he said, the most you can afford is £50,000. So I said, okay, that's what I want a house for. And he says, you're not going to get much with that. I said, that's okay. That's all I want to spend on. And my thoughts was, if I couldn't find work or I was out of work, I have a pension that could pay my mortgage, I would have a home. Funny logic, but that was my logic. So he found a home and he took me, and he said, this house is retired. It meant it was in a poor state. I said, no problem. So I looked at it, and you know, it wasn't in a good state. But I bought it and I did it up, and it was ruined when looks terrible, but I did it up. 5 years later, I sold it for double the money. But I bought it, I could buy something well within my means. Didn't have to have a mortgage that was going to kill me. I could almost pay it off, actually, if I was clever. I took that money and moved to America and bought another house with the profit I made on the first house. Again, so I bought the second house cash, run down, did it up, but no mortgage. And my thoughts are, you know, some people will say, oh, you have to have a mortgage because you get tax relief. Well, what if you don't need tax relief? You know, you don't have to get tax relief on nothing, so just don't pay it in the first place, because you know interest is dead money. So I didn't want to pay the interest. So I did that house up too, but so far I lost it because of somebody with extramarital activities. Anyway, the point is, you know, the way the economy is going everywhere, and you hear a lot of people moving into vans, you know, and I've done that too. I didn't build it with the intention on living in it. I built it with the intention of traveling in it. And I bought in Germany, I bought a Volkswagen minibus, took the seats out and built a kitchen in it and a bed in it, and it was really nice. So the point is, you can see where my mind's going. Always trying to find, how can I live somewhere without spending lots and lots of money. You know, you spend the money on what you want it, but not necessarily a dwelling. You know, if you want a big mansion, then go buy the big mansion. But for me, the way my mind works and the way the economy's going. So I'm at I just eaten. I showed you the food. But Tok is here. I've known him for a couple of years now. He's related to the people who own and he built a building, and it's going to be, his wife is going to have a business in it. She's a hairdresser, but there's a bedroom in it. So I just want to show you, and I'll show you what he's done and tell you how much he's spent on it, okay? So this is the building, okay? It's about 5 meters by 3, something like that, maybe closer on 4, I'm not sure, but not big. Okay, and this thing cost 30,000 baht to build. So let me show you around. So here's Tok, working away, fixing the windows. Sawadee krab.
Sawadee krab.
Sabaydi.
Sabaydi.
How are you?
Good, very good.
He speaks a little bit of English, right? Who anchored it, Noi?
Some
Speaks a little bit. Actually, he speaks good English. Well, between my little bit of Thai and his little bit of English, we communicate, and the help of a cell phone. So this is the little house he built. Let me show you. So this is going to be the front door, the window there, of course, and the door. He actually built the door out of metal himself, welded it up. He's made these frames himself, which to put the glass in. And on the side, you can see them. They have the frame in already. You see here? And it hinged at the top. He's made all this himself. I asked him how he's going to hold it out so that he's got some hooks. Very clever little idea. And so all of the wood that he's got here, it's reclaimed wood and reclaimed siding. So this is going to be where his wife does the hair, in this room here. Okay, and then in this little room in here is actually where he's going to sleep part-time, not always. This is going to be a small bedroom to sleep, part-time, not full-time. And this is going to be the bathroom. So the sink will go there, the pot's there, and the shower will go over there. And the septic system's outside. He's already dug that in already. So basically he just needs to finish building, bring the electricity in and bring the water in, and he's got a house. And so, but I guess you'll have about 2 chairs here, 2 chairs or something here across this wall, maybe 3, I don't know. So that's a little brief look at what he's made. So my point is, whether you do something like here, you know, people, the Phalang can't own land here, but if you have a girlfriend or married somebody and you're thinking, I don't have a lot of money, this costs 30,000 baht. You could invest a little bit. What is 30,000 baht? $1,000. Just less than $1,000. So that's about what, 800 pounds, something like that? Maybe less than 800 pounds. So if you don't have a lot of money and you're willing to do the work yourself, because there's no real building codes out in the villages, you know, when you get out the town, there's no building code. So with this kind of structure, and the only thing I would change, if you're happy with this structure, you know, this little first room could be his living room, small bedroom, and bathroom. But even if you made it bigger, it's not going to cost, you know, 2,000. You can make it double the size. The only thing I would do is put insulation in it, because right now, if it's really, really hot, then that temperature is going to transfer into the house fast. You can have an AC, but you're just paying to cool it down all the time. So I would insulate it for sure. And insulation's a little bit expensive, but you're going to save money on your electric bill in the end, and your home's going to be much more pleasant to live in. But other than that, so this is like the low end if you want, but you can invest even more if you wanted to from there. Behind me is the house, and on this side he's going to build a workshop over by this tree area, and then he's going to build a little coffee shop on the left side. So his wife will have the hairdressing, he'll do the coffee shop. Right now he's a draftsman for a company drawing, but he said the workshop will go over here, and he wants me to come help build furniture and stuff. So he said he's going to build furniture and anything anybody wants, and he says I have to come help him and build it with him. I showed him some of the things I've made in the past, and you know, the videos with me, my settee and cabinets and pieces of furniture. So I have to come him help build. I thought, hey, love to do that. Tuk. Khop kun khap. Where are you? Khop kun khap.
Khop kun khap.
See you later. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Okay guys, home again. Beautiful sunset. Want to see? If you look closely, you can already see the green coming out. See it? Like a green haze. That's the rice coming. Remember, they just planted it this week. It's only like a week, and it's already coming up. And there's the sunset for tonight. So, it's not everybody's cup of tea to build a dwelling out of small things, but the internet's littered with people who do small shelters, self-sufficiency, You know, I know in I think it was Colorado, somebody, I'm not sure, I can't guarantee, but somewhere out that way, somebody was fined or jailed for collecting rainwater from their house. Really? They had drain systems off the roof into water butts to use for their garden or whatever they wanted to use, but whose business is that? But they made a law that says it's illegal to collect rainwater. Are you serious? Anyway, the point is to be free. You know, I forget, there's a law, the common law is you know, free to travel, free to do all these different things. But you know something? Somebody wants to control that. So I know people are living in vans and buses and backs of trucks, so they're free to move and travel. You know, if they get stressed somewhere, they can just move. I mean, you just have to look at, in Los Angeles, how many people, and around America now, how many people have lost their homes and living on the street. If you can get rid of your home faster, rather than wait until it's foreclosed, like sell it. And even if you can get a couple $1,000s out of it, or a couple £1,000 or euros, whatever, put it in a van and turn it into a home. I think this sort of stuff's going to be more, you know, people are going to be talking about it more and more. So you could live on next to nothing. Just food for thought, helping people, you know, sharing stories. So I'm going to sign off, guys, and say good night. Look after yourselves. Buckets of blessings. Rivers of peace, joy, and kindness.